Welcome to Cooking with Oma. I'm very happy today because today I'm going to bake instead of cook, and I sure love to bake. I'm going to make an Apfeltorte, which in English is Apfeltorte, and the ingredients for that are 1 cup of all-purpose flour for the cake, a half a cup of all-purpose flour for the streusel, which I will explain after. There's 1 cup of sugar. Half of the sugar is for the cake, half of the streusel. 2 eggs, but I'm only going to use the egg yolks. There's a half a cup of breadcrumbs, which you will see what I'm going to use it for. A teaspoon of baking powder, and just a teaspoon of salt. And a half a pound of butter, half of it for the cake, half for the streusel. Then come the apples. There is about 6 apples, which you peel, slice, and saute. The apples can be pretty well any kind of apples. Sometimes I use McIntosh, sometimes Empire, but any kind of apples is good. After the apples are sauteed and cooled, then we'll make the cake. I peeled my apples, I quartered them, I took the core out and sliced them nice and thinly. Then I put about a tablespoon of butter in my saute pan. I've got the stove on between medium and low, and now I'm going to put the apples in and slowly you have to have patience. And if you love to cook and bake, then you have patience. So now I'm going to cover it up and just wait a few minutes. Like with everything else, I always have to wait a few minutes and check it. The apples are done. They were cooking about 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, I stirred it a couple of times, make sure that they are mixed well. And this is the way they are supposed to look. Not mushy, just to take the rawness off the apples, because of course it will cook in the oven yet. So this is it now. I'm going to take it off the stove, turn the stove off, take it off the ring, and now we have to cool it before I can put it on the cake. I'm going to make the streusel now, and I have got half a pound of the flour there. I'm putting my butter in little pieces. This is a half a cup of butter, and sometimes I need it all, sometimes I don't need it all. So I'm just going to start, leave a little bit for later. I'm going to use half a cup of sugar, and then I'm going to get in with my hand and make it. It has to be crumbly. You have to, when you see it, it's a lot easier to do than if you just explain it. This is going to be so yummy. I'm doing this now so that when the cake is done, we can just right away put the topping on, put it in the oven. This is a very delicious dessert. or just an afternoon tea with a cup of tea or coffee. Very yummy. You can freeze it also. Maybe I'll put a little more butter in. Just a little. I might take a little flour. I put a little more flour in because it was a little bit too buttery and the butter might melt too much on the cake. Okay, that's it. It's just as you can see, little crumbly. Now I have a 9-inch springform pan here, which I'm going to grease bottom and halfway up the sides, just like this. This is how I know people do it differently. Everybody does it differently, but this is, and I'm using Crisco. I never used anything else. I think it's all there. Okay, now I'm going to make the cake part. I have a cup of flour, all-purpose, sifted. Oopsie. 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon salt, and then the butter. Slice it again nicely like I did for the streusel. And this, I know I need the whole thing. Now again, I do a little crumbly job here, just for a little bit. And then it's going to be a nice and smooth and delicious dough. Now I'm making a little dent here. I take my eggs, separate them. Get down there, you egg white, you. 1 egg yolk. 2 egg yolks. Let me clean this mess up here. Okay, now I'm making the dough. Just bring it together in the bowl and then we'll put it out on the counter. And okay, put it on the counter. Now so far, so good. It's not sticking. I hope you try this delicious torte. I know everybody's diet conscious, everybody watches, but once in a while, something good you have to indulge. That includes myself. I would love to eat some more sweet, but doctor's orders, lose some weight. Okay, I didn't look at the clock, but I just go by the feel, and it feels good. Now we put a little flour. And take my little old-fashioned rolling pin and just try to make a round that fits right in the, but it doesn't matter if it's not quite round. After I put it in, I'll just fit it in. I'm gonna put it in the pan, just like this. Just stretch it out, put it up the sides a little bit, so that the apples have a little as you can see. My cake pan is old, just like me, but that's just how I am. I'll tell you little stories. Sometimes things are so old and I buy a new one, but I'm not using it. I'm still using the old one until I'm really forced to. So what can you do? Some people change when they are old, but I just don't seem to. And I'm thanking the Lord every day for the way I am. Okay, that's done. Now I'm pricking the dough for the reason, if I don't do that, the dough might just come up like this, and that wouldn't be very good. This way I prevent the dough from doing that. So prick it all over, and when it's all pricked, then we'll put the breadcrumbs on. There you go. The breadcrumbs, we are putting them nicely all over, and the breadcrumbs are from preventing the juice go into the dough. There shouldn't be much juice in there because I was sauteed them. And the breadcrumbs, as long as it covers the whole bottom, doesn't have to be any certain amount, whatever you need to cover the bottom before you put the apples on. The apples will be nice and cool. And now I'm putting the apples on top of the breadcrumbs, spreading them out nice and evenly. There can't be one big pile on one side and not on the other side. Now I'm putting the streusel on, and like with the apples, spread them out nice and evenly. And when that's done, it's all ready for the oven. It's time to put the cake in the oven, which is preheated at 350 degrees, and it'll take about an hour to bake it. The way you can tell it's done, you peek inside the oven, and if the top is nice and crispy looking and brown, that's a sign that it's done. My Apfeltorte is ready, and doesn't it look yummy? Yummy, I'm going to cut a piece, and it's time to taste. There we go. I'm going to take every bit of it. Now you can eat it just the way it is, plain like this. You can serve it with ice cream, which is delicious. And my favorite is serve it with whipped cream. And there is a little story to that whipped cream. When I came to Canada, my cousin took me out for lunch. And of course I couldn't speak English, but she introduced me to pie with whipped cream. But it was real whipped cream. So after that, every time we went, and I wanted to have a piece of pie, but I made her ask the waitress if the whipped cream is real. And if she said no, I didn't want the pie. And I am like that ever since then, and that was in 1950. I only like the real whipped cream. Now let's taste it. Is it ever yummy? And a delicious dessert for anybody. Thank you for watching Cooking with Oma. Until the next time, bye-bye.